very big hello, everybody. Sorry about the delay. Just a problem getting the stream up, but we are up and running at the moment. Hello, my name is HK. Joining me in commentary today is HG, Hunter Griffin. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. There's a look at the standings at the moment. We're going to fly through this because qualifying is underway. Tazza bolting away with the championship. SGN in second, then Drummer, Ames, Shanuti, Werribee rounding out the top six, and Kev the Gardener in seventh with old mate James in eighth spot. Cars are out on the track at the moment, getting underway with qualifying. Let's start taking a look at some of these cars. It should be quite interesting indeed. Why haven't I got anything on my screen? Have a quick chat, Hunter, and I'll try and work out what's going on here. There it is. Just a bit of a lag.
So Xander has just put in the first 109 with a 109.8.
Back in the pits. Werribee out on the track at the moment. Bit of a turncoat is this guy. One day he races for McLaren, the next day he's racing for somebody else. Now, Hunter, you and I raced here last night. Not too much avail, to be honest with you. I didn't even get through qualifying, and you had a bit of an issue out on the track. Whoa, Werribee stepping the back of the car out dramatically as he tries to improve on his 110.07. Hunter, this track is named the Gilles Villeneuve circuit after Gilles Villeneuve, who was extremely tough on cars, according to Enzo Ferrari. The race circuit itself is exactly like that, isn't it? It's a tough place to go race.
It's very hard if you lose your traction, race over.
Very easy to lose the traction. See if we can spot anybody on a flying lap at the moment. Let's check old mate James out there in the Williams. Looks like he's come up behind the Mercedes. It's impeded him slightly, but not to a massive amount. He's on 110.6 at the moment. What sort of time do you think they'll get for a pole position?
Maybe a 193.
So about half a second, a bit over half a second better than Sanders' time there at the moment. Once the track starts to come in. Valhalla on an outlap as well. I need to bring up some details here.
As Tazza does a 109.6. That is the man who I believe will maybe get a very good pole tonight.
Surprised to see Tazza out there doing hot laps. I expected him to be out there on intermediates or wet tyres. He might be taking this one seriously.
Crazy.
I think that just about sums him up, to be honest with you.
Yes.
It's crazy the speed he's got. He's on a cool down lap at the moment.
As I believe we have Roberts on a lap in the Aston Martin as he invalidates his lap in the second sector.
Nothing worse. It's so easy to invalidate around here. And look at some of the penalties that were handed out last night.
Yeah, there was some dirty penalties last night.
I think the key is to, if you can avoid invalidating, you'll probably end up pretty well in the standings.
Yeah, there was a lot of fast guys, I believe, last night who could have went a lot faster if they could stop invalidating.
I hope you're referring to me, and I would have been happy to do that if my steering wheel had a word coming out of pit lane. I've never seen anything so funny. Just hearing Nordal just absolutely crack up when I hit the concrete wall and just completely lose it was gold. Rudy comes down across the line, 110.34, fastest for him so far. Didn't improve that time out.
I believe he invalidated his lap earlier on. In that last chicane, just went a little bit too much over the curbs, trying to get a good exit, and got a decent next lap invalidation.
See what Robbie can do at the moment out there in the Red Bull. I think he's on a push lap. He's using plenty of the circuit anyway. Sits there in fourth at the moment, 110.25 for him. Yeah, he's on a push lap.
Oh yeah.
And doing well too. So what do you reckon?
sorry,
No.
as he goes purple in the second sector.
What do you reckon's the key to a fast lap around here?
Just get exit speeds right.
Let's see what he can do. Comes down to this final chicane where so many have invalidated in the past. Down to champions, the champions wall. Beautiful through there. Oh, runs it close to the line. What does he do? Comes down across the start-finish line. Third fastest, 1:10.03. So he improves. He's up on the second row at this stage.
Wow, his first sector must have been unlucky because he went fastest in the second sector and the third sector.
SGN looks like he's out on a warm-up lap. Starting to push a bit now, but getting invalidated up on screen. Yeah, Kebab, we didn't have access to change the title. Sorry, not much we could do about that one, champion. It's a little bit hectic trying to get the stream up. We had a few technical issues, but we're up and running. At least you're able to see a little bit of what's going on here. We hope.
Yeah.
Scream out if you can't. No, he comes straight into the pits. So Xander's back out on the track, is he? No, he's coming into the pits. Robbie, he's got to come into the pits, I think, yeah. Just trying to find somebody on a fast lap.
I believe Rodriguez is.
Rudy in 7th, let's have a quick look. Down to pit lane. Achuri is making his way down to the DRS zone on the back straight. Not sure he's got a front wing on that car. No, he doesn't. I just caught a glimpse of them. Well, he's going into the pits. He's not going to improve. Ames up into 6th spot as well. So who we got? Old mate James has just come out. Salty's a lot further. Sorry.
I believe we have Roberts on a lap. Oh, he loses it in the Wall of Champions and wins.
Oh no. I was trying to work out where he was on the pecking order so I could bring his car up. We just missed it. He's lost his front wing as well. He'll be happy that we missed it. Tazza, 5-place grid penalty. Collision with Foxy. Huge news. Huge news.
That is huge news for Werribee and Robbie, as Xander will be eyeing up his pole position in Canada.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Mind you, he came from last at the previous round, so anything's possible.
Yeah. As old mate James jumps up into 6th.
Oh, nice job. Nice job. Just watching Salty at the moment. He's down in 15th. You'd expect him to be further up the pecking order.
A lot of names proving themselves tonight.
Yellow flag out in sector 1.
I believe that is for Alfa Romeo.
I didn't see anybody stop, so I'm assuming just somebody getting out of the way. Let's see what Salty can do. Just one more turn to negotiate without invalidating. 103.4 through the final turn. Let's see what he can do down across the line. Moves up to 12th. 12th fastest.
A lot of drivers struggling around Canada.
Yeah, it's one of those circuits, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it.
I don't.
What do you do? Do you love it or do you hate it?
Yes and no.
After last night, you're allowed to say you hate it.
I like it, but I don't like it at the same time.
Salty's still going for it. He's squatting out the ARS down into the hairpin, trying to improve on that 12th.
Does he have enough fuel to do
I
another
don't
lap?
know. It's flashing red, so it's got to be pretty low. Let's see what he does as he comes
Oh, as Robbie DNFs from qualifying.
Oh, Salty comes into the pits. Robbie out. That happened out on track somewhere.
Yeah, in the first sector where I DNF'd last time.
Oh, I
In
can
the
see it.
downhill. In the chicane to the downhill. And must have lost traction.
Okay, so Werra boys come out again. We've got Ames back out again. Rudy's out in the pits. Upsy, the second of the McLaren drivers, is out. Let's see if Ames can improve. Oh, does he? What to second? A 1:09.72. Well done. Well
As
done.
wow, Bugsy goes into second just by a few milliseconds.
It's all going to happen now. It's all going to happen. Achuri, I think that's how they pronounce it, down across the line in 7th spot at the moment. Does he go up the pecking order? Up into 4th, 1:09.72.
That is a very good qualifying from the Alfa Romeos.
Redwoods, yep. Redwoods 17th. Stays there. Shooties at the back. It must be old mate James. Yep, coming down the back straight, old mate James. Low on the fuel, on a flying lap. No, goes into the pits. Valhalla, I think that is in 15th. No, he's in the pits.
I believe Robertson's gone for a second push lap on his set of softs.
Has he? Well, let's jump on board with him. He's in 17th at the moment. Redwood's down in the pits.
As Xander goes fastest.
GG.
And I believe that will wrap Xander's qualifying up.
I don't think anyone else is on the fly. Where's Foxy? Making his way. Well, he's on a flyer, on a second flyer this time round.
As Tazza goes in front of him, a 193.
And a 5-spot grid penalty for Tazza.
Oh, Tazza.
Still got Weru, Wapsie, I beg your pardon, out on track. Let's see if he can improve. Weru boy, just in front. I think he's going to be first over the line. Weru boy doesn't improve. And Wapsie's coming to the pits. So there's one other car, Xander, on a flying lap, and he's going straight into the pits. So that's going to wrap up our qualifying session. Interesting.
Interesting grid tonight.
So who do you want your money on?
The logical step is to go Tazza, but I gotta back the Red Bull, so I'm putting my money on Robbie.
At least you're honest in your bias. At least you're honest. Okay, let's just take a look at the standings one more time while we wait for, because we had to sort of brush through that while we wait for the lobby to be reset and get underway with this race. There you have it, Tazza out in front, 229 points, SGN on 143, Drummer on 119. The name's right behind, so there's a good little battle for that third position in the championship. Shanuti in fifth on 110, 99 for Werribee, so he's close there too. Kev the Gardener, as we check the details on qualifying for you. Tazza over Xander, Wubsy, Ames, Achuri, SGN, Robbie, Werribee, Shanuti, Kev the Gardener round out the 10. And as Nordal says, you don't talk about anybody outside the top 10 because they're not interesting. which is hardcore. Alpine lead the championship here in novice class, constructors-wise over Mercedes and Haas. Then you've got Red Bull and Williams rounding out the top 5, and McLaren closing the gap. Just 1 point between them and Williams. Okay, almost time to go
Here they come to the start.
Okay, we're just waiting for the lobby to be reset. It won't be too long before we get this race underway for you people. Thank you very much for hanging out. And once again, apologies for the late arrival. Yeah, I've got a message to turn up my volume, but I thought it was up pretty high. Try that. Let me know, Chad, if it's too loud, and if we need to adjust, please feel free to shout out, because we're learning as we go. We're learning as we go. We have the warm-up lap underway. Always a difficult time, Hunter, when you're out there on a warm-up session, because your nerves do, irrespective of the fact that this is a game. But one thing that is real about this game compared to real life is the nerves you feel down there during a warm-up lap getting ready for the start. What do you like in these sort of situations?
If I'm at the back, I'm not too nervous, just hoping to find my way back up to the front. But if I'm up the front, like I was hitting Imola off P1, I get really nervous.
There's a new prediction up on the channel, so if you'd like to put your hard-earned points, channel points up against that, I don't know what it is because I can't see it and I can't jump off the screen. So I usually like to have a little bit of a play with that. It's good fun. I've lost a lot of money. Safety car in the first 10 laps. Will there be a safety car in the first 10 laps? Thank you, Flixie, for whacking that up. If you think yes, put your hard-earned down. If you think no. Now remember last night, what did we have last night? 1 or 2 safety cars. A virtual safety car was the first one to come out.
Oh.
And I think we then had 1 safety car, which was caused by, oh, that's right, Hunter Griffin.
Yes.
Oh, there was 2, actually. There was 2. There was 1 towards the end of the race, and latter part of the race.
We might see some rain today.
It's looking dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're getting ready for the start. Do you want to call it, Butter?
Yes.
Go for it. Zarkov's telling us barely any rain at this race. That's the news from down there in the pits. Thank you for that. Starting signal going. Lights coming on. Hunter, take it away.
5 lights in it. Away we go. As Xander gets off to a really good start. As Ames, wow, Wubsy going.
There was contact further back in the field. I think it was down near one of your Red Bulls. Wubsy goes up to the race lead.
As we have a big pile of him in the first corner.
Now, it looks like they've all kept going, so that's interesting. Xander out in front. He's got back into the race lead while that was going on. We go back to Wubsy, Ames, Tassel already up into 4th. He's on a charge already.
As I believe we've just had a jury retire from the session.
Oh, that's the 2nd race in a row for him. SGN's going slowly too, so he's got a problem. Was he the one that copped the front wing damage? Oh, good battle still on for the race lead though.
Very so much. As I believe SGN is missing one of the panels of his front wing.
Yeah, he'll be coming down to the pits. He's dropping back through the field at the moment. Ooh, that was very, very close for Tazza to the wall. I dare think he scraped it. Fastest lap, first lap, 1:17.9.
Sorry, as we have a big pile up in the last corner.
Everybody's slowing down. Can't get back far enough to see it. That is a huge one. Old mate James is down there. Let's see if we can get back there. No. SGM, where are you? He's down in the pits. Valhalla, I'll try him. No, they're all coming into the pits.
As we have a virtual safety car.
Now, does the virtual safety car count, Fluxy? Does the virtual safety car count? Just give me a sec, I just can't see the chat. There we go, that should fix that. Sorry about that, punters. Ah, now we're good. Well, that was an interesting start to the race.
Very, especially through the first and penultimate corner.
And as usual, there's so much going on, you don't know where to look. It was the same last night. There were battles going on all over the track, and I think it'll be the same here today. The track lends itself to that sort of racing. If you're in a DRS train or you're in somebody's DRS, you've got a chance. But if there's a couple of people in a DRS train up in front and you're trying to catch it, it's so difficult.
Yes, very so much. The only way to catch it is if you have a lot of battery and the person in front of you doesn't.
I think Xander just clipped the wall there on the exit, unless that was lag. And we're back under green flag racing conditions.
Because I believe it might have just been a fluke on your screen.
Let's see what Tazza can do. He's right up behind Ames at the moment. Ames doing a great job in protecting the racing line. But Tazza's just got so much grunt. Still think they should pull the nitrous oxide out of that car. Got to be a full safety car, Flux, he says. He's not prepared to give away the points just yet. Lap 3 down, you've still got a couple of laps to go for a full course caution and a safety car to come out. Tazza moves up into third. Sets his sights on Wubsy. And
as Bender did clip the wall.
Yeah, he did. I thought he must have. Goes into the pits now. Where is he? Plonking down the order into 11th. No, I keep trying to grab him. And we have a virtual safety car out. An issue in the final turn. Rudy looks like he's out. Let me just check also on Salty. Has he got front wing damage?
I believe so.
So Rudy, old mate James, and Churi are all out. Yep. No, he's continuing on. So he's all good. Second virtual safety car. A telemetry and tyres. Telemetry and tyres. Stand by.
Surely, Luke. 2 virtual safety cars equal full safety car, technically.
And telemetry.
As Mercy gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. That just rips your guts out.
Yeah.
And I did that last night and was just absolutely... Apex said in commentary that at the time I'd be punching myself in the head, and he was dead set right.
As Werribee made a move on Ames on the main straight.
So we're back under green. Tazza sideways almost on the exit of turn 1. Back of the car stepping out as he sets his sights on Wubsy.
McLaren looking for a 1-2 here.
Oh, Tazza's had an issue. He's run wide, and that's allowed Werribee to go screaming past. 2 mistakes from Tazza so far today. You wouldn't put money on that.
I was too smart.
That's psychotic. Now, Ames is starting to come back into the equation. He hasn't dropped off the back of them, so showing plenty of speed here today as well. Let's stop the race now. McLaren 1-2, that'll do. Make it a 5-lap sprint, please. Tazza in the DRS range of the turncoat. We're a boy. I call him the turncoat because he keeps racing for other teams. You can't do that. It's got to be morally wrong. Tazza having a look, but decides better of it. Sorry that we're focusing on the battle up front, but you can imagine, you know, Taz is going to be doing overtaking manoeuvres and these guys are going to be defending, so worth keeping an eye out. They give us a helicopter shot that's got trees in the way. Oh!
As Novice is just DNF'd. Rod's not being able to find much luck this season.
Let's go back and see if we can see where. Safety car comes out. You're on board with Valhalla at the moment. Coming up to where Rebs is. Oh, worst angle to possibly see it. Has he got going? No. Out. So safety car out. Lap 6. Pay up. Pay up. Payday, as Norman says. They're demanding, Fluxy. They're demanding. Now, Wubsy's screaming down under safety car and he's using juice, so I reckon he's going to pit here. Straight into the pits. Straight into the pits for the first McLaren. Are they going to double stack? They are. They're double stacking. Tazza follows them in as well. Ames comes in. Robbie comes in. Shanuti comes in. Bailey comes in. Bailey stays out. So he goes screaming up the pecking order. He's on those 6-lap-old medium tyres. Man of tin. A great result for him, up into second spot. Everybody jumping off the softs and going to mediums. Nobody went out on mediums yesterday. I was the only driver that started this race on mediums. Not that it helped me, but today, so many more have come in on that first virtual safety car and swapped over tyres. And a couple of them did start, being Bailey and Man of Tin, who I believe is going to be in commentary tomorrow in action. So there is Man of Tin on screen at the moment. Underpowered AlphaTauri. That was not too bad from Wubsy though, Hunter. Look, he's still managing third and he's on brand new set of mediums.
That's very good for him. As I believe Boy has taken a hit with the double stack from McLaren. He's dropped behind Hazard, who he was fighting with, sorry.
I think there's a blow up in chat. There might be some FIA intervention following this race, suggesting there might have been a little bit of gamesmanship going on from the McLaren boys. Come on, we play fair. If it's right, if the accusation's right, you know, it could be a decent penalty too. Although, in fairness, Wubsy was squirting his ERS, so he would always be pulling away. So that's for the stewards to decide, not us, right?
No.
We're just here to gibber. Xander's still doing well. He's sitting back there in fourth at the moment, and he's on those 4-lap-old mediums. So tyre-wise, there's a lot going on here. What would you like to be on at this stage? Would you like to be Foxy back out there in ninth spot on those 1-lap-old softs?
Personally, I would prefer to be on the mediums and try to stretch them out to the end.
I don't know how the game plays out to real life. When they come here, the softs are more like a super soft, the mediums are more like a soft, and the hards are more like a medium. That's real world, but I don't know if it plays out that way in the game. I know that the softs don't last long here at all. After about 6 laps, you're starting to feel that there's a bit of a difference there. Safety car in this lap. 8 laps down of 35. Hope you're enjoying the action. I don't think it's going to back off any. Bailey has control of the pack at the moment, leading them onto the back straight and slowing the pace down, sitting at 150 odd kilometres per hour, which is spot on the mark. He's got Man of Tin sitting right behind. Pressure on there. Wubsy needs to get on with it because he's got Xander right behind him and Tazza in 5th. Now, Bailey goes for it. Down through the final turn. Does get a jump too. 0.7 second of a gap coming down across the start-finish line. Great restart.
As Mercy drops down into 15.
Whoa.
As Werribee making a move on and can he make the move stick? And I believe he does.
Now, let's keep an eye on the progress of Tazza. Well, actually up in front of him, Xander, right up behind Wubsy. And when I say right behind, I mean he's pushing down the track almost. And Tazza's coming into this equation as well. So a great little three-way dice here going on for 3rd spot.
As Wow Wubsy is holding on to his 3rd place as Xander makes a move on Wow
Huge dive down into the hairpin. Makes it stick too, but they're now side by side down the straight. Who's got the DRS? And it's not open yet, so it doesn't matter. They'll both be squirting ERS. You can see Xander's on it at the moment, and he manages to give himself enough breathing space to hold down 3rd to complete lap 10.
That was a brilliant move from Xander.
It was a late break, wasn't it?
Yes.
Now Tazza is trying to line up Wubsy, and Werribee's right up behind him.
Oh,
Whoa, somebody tagged the wall. That was man of 10. Falling down through the pecking order. We just caught a glimpse of it. And heard the crunch more to the point. Sorry, go.
He's got a 3-second time penalty and then he's lost traction, I guess, and spun it into a wall. As in Canada, if you spin, there is no not DNFing.
Now Tazza goes on Wubsy down into the same section. Twice he's been down in this turn, Wubsy, and twice he's lost a spot. This time Tazza goes through into 3rd, and now his teammate puts the pressure on.
Will team orders come into play here with the McLarens?
Just taking a quick look at the penalties for you. Xander's got 3 seconds, Foxy 3, and Kev the Gardener has 5, I beg your pardon.
Oh, as the McLarens going, as they hit each other.
Oh, really? That's not in the script.
That wasn't to me then, but okay.
That wasn't in the script. Neither of them, just having a look at both of the cars, I can't see either of them with any damage. Not that we're getting great shots of them at the moment, but now we are. No, they both got their front wings, so fair bump, play on.
Friendly tap.
Friendly tap.
So it'll be interesting to see if team orders come into play here.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, both Werribee and Wubsy know each other well enough, and they're both on the same set of tyres and both on the same amount of wear. So big battle up front too. Xander having a go. Tazza goes to the race lead. Xander to 2nd. Bailey back to 3rd while we were watching that battle from the McLarens. Now can Tazza pull away? He has DRS down the back straight as well. So Xander a sitting duck. And does a pretty good job of keeping up with him, to be fair.
Tazza staunching his way up to the lead of this Grand Prix.
The 2 McLarens go side by side this time. Werribee gets around Wubsy. So there's the team order.
As Werribee looking to catch Bailey.
Yeah, he's going to have, he'll close the gap because he's got slightly fresher tyres than Bailey, who's on 11-lap-old mediums. So you'd think he'd be able to close it reasonably quickly, and does get DRS on him as well. That won't hurt. Werribee's racing, I know I like to joke around about him being a turncoat and all, but he is racing in pretty good form at the moment. He's down to 33% on his ERS, but Bailey's not much better as he closes up behind Xander. Now, is he going to have a go on Xander? Because Xander, I don't think, has DRS. No, he doesn't. Both cars behind do. And Wubbsy fallen off the DRS train there a little bit. But situation status quo.
Wubbsy struggling to stay on the pace right now.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it, if maybe he did get a minimal amount of damage in that contact between the two teammates, because he showed pretty good pace around here so far. Falling off so quickly doesn't seem right.
It was just one of those times where it was like, where a boy didn't expect him to race so early, and it just had a little hit. Just like a little friendly hello.
Oh, so you're saying he's brake checking?
I wouldn't say brake.
No, I'm just
I
trying
would
to...
put it at
Oh,
check.
have a go at this. We're a boy now. All over the back of Bailey. Look, thought he was going to have a big dive up the inside down at the hairpin. Tries the switchback. He's going to get DRS, and I think he's forced Bailey. No, Bailey's still in the DRS range, so fortunate for him. But you can see that we're a boy at the moment, not using any ERS, so he's decided not to have a go here. Surprise. I thought he was going to have a lunge. And now Ames has moved right up behind Wubbsy, who's now back into DRS range of Werribee. Tazza has just disappeared off into the distance. 2.7 seconds over Xander, who has Bailey, Werribee, Wubbsy, Ames, and Robbie in that battle as well.
Got my little engineer coming to view the race tonight.
Who's your little engineer?
My cat.
Your mascot.
Yes.
Great dice for second spot at the moment. Xander, Bailey, Werribee, and all of a sudden Bailey starts shaping up on Werribee. Can't get the overtaking manoeuvre done, but all of a sudden he's got grip and he's got speed on those 13-lap-old medium tyres. Falls off the back just a little bit now under acceleration, and Wubbsy having a go on Bailey. Finds a way past Xander, and Werribee battling through the final turn. Werribee gets second and gets a penalty, 3-second penalty as a result. He didn't need that.
Very not so much.
So easy to do, you just leave that braking just a little bit too late. Bailey out. He's gone out. I'm just trying to work out where he is on the track. It looks like we've got Messi down in pit lane. Oh no, he's despawned wherever he is. That is hugely disappointing. Oh, go now down the inside. Xander on Werribee. Shocking angle we're looking at it from. I hate...
Xander in his shoes, I would have waited until the DRS straight.
What's he got? 22%. Werribee's got 41. Yep. Wubbsy all of a sudden starting to shape back into this one again. They're racing hard here today for the minor placings, aren't they? Bailey crashed in pit lane. Deku's letting me know that Bailey crashed in... How do you crash in pit lane? On the entry.
Yeah.
That's bad. Werribee back up into second. Xander probably thinking to himself, really? All I want to do is get after Tazza, who's now nearly 6 seconds down the road. And all these guys want to do is fight with me. Why not work together and let's try and catch this guy?
Does with the immense amount of speed.
5-second penalty, speeding in pit lane for Salty. Day goes from bad to worse. Oh, what's he around? Got down the inside of Xander, couldn't control it. Maybe there was a slight touch between the two. Came from a long way back, and he's gone all the way down the pecking order right now. Back down into 8th spot. I don't know if he's got any front wing damage. We'll find out in just a few seconds' time, but he's lost a mountain of ground. Front nose doesn't look too bad to me. Werribee now with a 1.1 second gap over Xander, who also now has a penalty.
Tasek has been really clean with this race with, I believe, 0 penalties or 0 warnings, I believe.
Bailey's saying in chat that he retired in pit lane. What happened, dude? Why'd you retire? We're looking good there for a while. Ames up into 4th spot. So consistency and staying out of trouble. No penalties to him. So Tazza and Ames are the two in the top 4 that don't have any penalties. Shanuti right behind. He's doing a good little job, the silent achiever in your Red Bull team.
Shanuti didn't feel very confident coming into this race today.
He didn't feel very confident, did you say?
Yeah, they haven't done much practice for him.
Well, he's making it count at the moment. He does have SGN, who we haven't given a great deal of love to so far in the stream because he hasn't featured too dramatically.
Will he try to make a move on Shanuti on this straight?
Oh, bad lag for Bailey. GG for you, mate, for pulling out if that's the case. Sorry, that's a disappointing way for your race to end. I know that problem well. It stinks. SGN in the DRS range of Shanuti, but unable to make it count. Just had a... Okay, all our timing's just come back. Must have been a lag spike or something like that.
Maybe.
Now Wubsy all in up into 7th. He got past Foxy on those 11-lap-old softs. Dude, Foxy, keeping it on the track is an effort for you, dude. Well done. 11 laps, they would just be all over the place.
Yeah, I'd say they'd be close to 50.
And SGN managed to get side by side with Shanuti. Oh, Shanuti fights back brilliantly, but SGN has DRS. Gets out in front, moves up into 5th, relegates Shanuti back to 6th spot. We're Wubsy right behind now, also in that DRS train. Is he? No rear wing open. So didn't quite have DRS that time around. Ames, all of a sudden, right up behind Werribee and looking very racy. Werribee on 12-lap-old mediums at the moment, in 3rd. Starting to come under pressure now. Oh, runs a little bit wide too. That's going to open the door for Ames to close up in the hairpin. Now he'll have DRS. What's he got? 65% ERS at the moment. So hits the button, hits both buttons at the same time. And red light flashing for Werribee. So he is in big trouble. Down into the braking area of the hairpin. On the exit, Ames very cautious. Probably a little bit too cautious, if the truth be known. Lost a bit of time as a result of that. What else have we got? Wubsy closing up behind Shanuti as well. Foxy's still out on those 13-lap-old softs. GG Valhalla, 18 laps on those mediums. Oh, Shanuti got close to the wall there. Buddy, Hunter, you've dropped off, mate. We can barely hear you. That's much better. What were you saying? What were you trying to say? That's good. You're back now. What were you trying to say?
I only just realised my mic has been muted this entire time.
I was wondering why you were quiet. Big go by Wubsy up the inside of Shanuti now, but does it before the DRS zone now. Was he clever enough to get DRS or not? Yes, yeah. He was. Good play. Well done.
As Xander on his 16-lap old mediums, would he be looking to go to the end on those set of tyres,
I
or
don't think he would get there. I did 23 laps on mediums, and honest to goodness, it was like racing on cheese. I was all over. I had no power down, I had no turn in. It was ugly as. Stand by, look at this. Look at the gap between first and second, just about to click over. Now, 10-second gap between Tazza and Xander. Huge.
just had a Ferrari spin on the main straight on the...
Oh, that's mercy.
Yes.
No front wing. Oh, well, it wasn't there when he came down the straight. It was there when he went through turn one, and then it disappeared again on the exit of turn one. Gotta love this game, right?
And then people thinking, at least they can't screw up the next game. Next game not releasing.
Yeah, that was a bit of an issue for some.
Yeah.
I think that actually is a steam issue, from what I can gather. But don't quote me. Look at about Wubbsy. He's moved back up into fifth behind his teammate Werribee. That's not a bad recovery from a spin. And Ames has up into third in front of Werribee. Werribee staying in the DRS for him though. All of those guys on equal tyres. Let's check the penalty, shall we? 6.6 seconds for Xander, so that's very, very important to take note of. Werribee 3, Wubbsy no problem, Foxy 3, and Salty has got a 5-second penalty as well. 22 laps down to 35.
Taz are keeping it really clean throughout this race so far. I believe he's only picked up one warning if I'm not mistaken.
He's a class act. He's an absolute class act. So Ames sitting in the box seat at the moment. He's only 1.2 seconds behind Xander as Werribee goes back up into third spot. Reclaims that spot over Ames. And we've got a ghosting Ferrari on the track in front of them too.
As I've only picked up on this, from now on you can only score points.
True. Everybody out there who finishes will pick up points. Foxy's gone in and replaced those 64-lap-old softs for a brand set of new softs.
Wow.
That was a great effort, bro. That was a great effort, Foxy. You're better, way better than me. Kev the Gardener sitting back there in 11th, 9-lap-olds. You've got Salty into the pits as well for new softs. So they're rolling the dice, hoping for a safety car. As we continue to ride with Ames in the DRS train, trying to get back on Werribee. Now, Wubbsy must have had another moment out on the track as we see SGN dive into the pits. He's going to go for softs now. They will do 11 laps. And Foxy's proven that they'll do more.
Very so much. As I believe... Oh, sorry. My question is, when will Xander pit?
Well, they're 20-lap-old mediums, aren't they? SGN does go for softs. I tell you what, Xander will want to do it now because the undercut here is massive. It is absolutely massive.
Very so much.
Valhalla up into 10th. He's on brand new softs, but they're going to struggle towards the end of this race. Robbie on 8-lap mediums. He's not doing too bad at the moment. The second of the Red Bull drivers. 8-lap mediums, they will go to the end. So he's on true race form at the moment. SGN out there on those softs. Expect the fastest lap to pop up any tick of the clock. Taz has got 18 laps on his mediums.
As most of the top 6 will be clocking over 15 laps on their mediums, as Snooty pits on his 17 lap old mediums.
1:11.66, fastest lap of the race. Salty sitting back there in 13th spot, picks up that point if he can maintain that to the checkered flag. Xander, 21 laps down on those mediums. Under pressure now from Werribee. Ames right behind him. Still a three-way dice. Boxy now, 1:11.193, fastest lap for the Aston Martin.
Everyone's fighting for the fastest lap of this race.
I got the fastest lap last night, and I wasn't fighting for the fastest lap. I was just trying to catch the buggers in front of me, which were going too fast. And I might add too, I haven't lived that down. Soccer Tom's let me know every second of the day. Xander now gets it very loose on the exit of the hairpin. Those tyres are gone. Does he go to pit lane now? Is there a charge for pit lane? Werribee behind, Ames with him as well. He doesn't brake, he goes straight into the pits. Werribee continues on. That could be a mistake. Ames is right up behind him and will have a go down into the first turn, you would think. No, doesn't. Just sits back there and collects. What's his ERS on? 65. He's playing the waiting game, but Xander in there for those soft tyres. SGN, will SGN get past? That's the $1 million question. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be very, very tight. No, I think he just got out in front of him. But SGN's made up a mile of ground from that undercut. 2 laps he's had. So now it's up to Tazza. Let's see if he comes in. Would you be coming in now?
Depends on what their tyre wear would be looking like.
I reckon it'd be looking pretty average. Tazza continues on. Brave man. Werribee, what is he going to do? He's got Ames still sitting in that DRS train. And he's going to get him, you'd think, this time down the straight. Pulls to the inside. Werribee on the outside. And they both stay out. The mind games. I know. I got a half an idea on what lap Werribee's going to pit, to be honest with you. It's where he wanted me to pit last night, which would be the next lap. Unless he's going to stay out on there. Has he already been on the softs? Are you able to check the race director? He may have already been on the softs. Oh, of course, he would have started the race on the softs.
Yeah.
He's making it a one-stopper. So he's going to stay out. Tazza might be going to stay out. Ames, well, he's up in a second. He'd be, if he can get a little bit of a gap between he and Werribee, he'd be mad to come in. Xander charging at the moment. And using plenty of ERS as well. So the retirement so far, Bailey, man of 10, Redlitz, Rudy, Old Mate James, and Maturi are the ones that have retired. 13 cars still running. Laps are ticking down. Race leader has still got 84% of his ERS, Tazza. How do they do it? Werribee and Ames still battling out this final podium spot, although, second in actual fact. Werribee, if they finish now, would maintain that third with the penalties he has.
The question is if Werribee can hold on.
Well, if he's suffering from tyres and he's got a 3-second penalty and a 8-second gap over his teammate, you'd think he'd just want to sit there in the DRS train and not fight too hard, but we all say that sitting in these seats, but when we're in the car, it's a different game, right?
Yes, very so much. As Tazza pits.
Oh, Tazza comes into the pits. So I think he wants the extra point. Let's see what he can do. Softs go on. Where does he come out? Ames making his way down through the final chicane onto the start-finish straight. He's going to get them. So Werribee will move up to second. Ames will come up into the race lead. That happens literally as we speak. And right behind them, Tazza on fresh softs coming out of pit lane at the moment. There he is. Game on.
To be rapid on those softs.
We'll keep a close eye on him because it's got to get interesting. And look at that, straight away within a couple of turns, he's right up onto the tail of Werribee on 22 lap old mediums. And Werribee wants to have a go at, I think is that Ames or is it a lap car? It is Ames. So these three of them are just nose to tail at the moment. Forget about the penalties, ignore that for a second. Tazza looks to the inside, decides better. Waits for the DRS. Power down, he gets it down cleaner than anybody else, tries to sneak around the outside of the McLaren. Now the door opens, DRS on. Werribee goes to the inside, goes defensive, can't do anything about it. And does he try? No, he backs off Ames. I thought he was going to try and take both of them. Now he puts the power down, uses the ERS, he's got a load of it. Straight past, straight back into the race lead. And Werribee goes up the inside of Ames, tries to make that overtaking manoeuvre by Tazza be very costly and loses it. Back of the car, steps out, and he's spun around. He's kept it off the wall though, so GG to him.
Will Werribee keep his position? I believe so.
Yes, but unfortunately, that 8-second gap that he had over his teammate, Wubsy, has been annihilated. It's down to 1.3 seconds, so he won't keep that if they stay like this and hit the checkered flag, because Wubsy will move up into third, and Werribee potentially might go down to 6th spot in actual fact. Xander. He's, oh, the McLaren and that have touched. Xander and Wubsy have come together. The AlphaTauri now without a front wing. Just caught the tail end of it. Dramas here.
Laps.
Well, that solves Werribee's problem with his teammate.
Couldn't ride this stuff.
And they're still going at it, these two. I'd say they're a little bit upset.
Maybe.
To all of the FIA staff, I don't envy you your job. Now, they're trying to overtake each other going into the pits, these two. Oh, they will be salty. Sorry, salty, no offence, but they'll be salty too. You know what I mean, salty? Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay, let's go back to the front. Wow, didn't expect that. SGN up into 4th spot. Now, Hunter, we've got 4 laps left to go on this one. Before we started our broadcast, while we were trying to sort out our technical issues, you said to me, I just hope we have an exciting race. What are your thoughts so far?
Very exciting.
It's a ripper.
Top from the front runner. It's been pretty exciting.
The closest battle we've got on track at the moment is for 7th and 8th. That's Shanudi and Valhalla. They're just a few seconds off each other. Kept the Gardner up into the top 10, so GG there. Xander on softs, Wubsy on soft. These two are going to be screaming, and they're still nose to tail. Oh no, this is not going to end well. There's the penalties for you. Werribee still on 3, Foxy on 6, Shanudi on 3, Valhalla on 3. Make that Foxy going up to 9 seconds now. Another warning for him. And 6 seconds for Xander.
As SGN is closing the gap to Werribee to spoil Werribee's podium here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if SGN... Xander, a 3-second penalty now. So he's picked up more. They're all coming. Thick and fast. I reckon he's screaming out there at the moment. What is he?
SGN just needs to hope he doesn't get a penalty.
Well, all credit to Ames. In all honesty, he's kept his nose out of trouble. He hasn't pushed, he hasn't got involved in any major fights. It certainly hasn't picked up any penalties, and as a result, he's really been gifted second because Werribee's 8 seconds behind him. And even if he was to catch him, he's got 3 seconds worth of penalties. His biggest adversary at the moment is SGN in 4th, who has only got a couple of laps to try and close that gap. It's going to be tough. Taz is out there on his own. There's Werribee, SGN closing, as Hunter Griffin just said. Now up into the DRS range. Come into my parlour, said the spider with a fly.
What would you do in SGN's position? Would you stay behind him if you can't catch him?
Every team manager, every team engineer that would work with me would hate me saying this, but the truth of the matter is, mate, I'm a racer. I would go past. I've got better tyres. I've got even half a chance of trying to bridge a gap. If Ames gets a penalty, I would go straight past him. Let's see what he does. Onto the DRS range. He's got a stack of ERS as well. 40%. Gate opens, goes straight to the inside. Werribee doesn't even fight it. So he knew he was a sitting duck. SGN through that section. Werribee picks up another penalty. 6 seconds for him now.
That would put Werribee down into 5th.
Oh, I'm going to give him so much curry later. Wubbsy gets back into the top 10. Good job, Wubbsy. Points up for the grabs. Gets round Kev the Gardener, who has been having a bit of a quiet race, but well, from our perspective anyway, but has been involved in a few midfield battles. So well done to the grass cutter.
Robbie has had an excellent comeback drive today.
He's done like Amesy too, hasn't he? He's stayed out of trouble and hasn't got a stack of, I was about to say he hasn't got a stack of penalties and he gets one. 3 seconds for him. You can't blame the commentator's curse for that. You can't.
This is why I don't spectate records, man.
Well, let's see what, SGN's got that down to 3 seconds now, hasn't he? Screaming. There's the penalty update, everyone. For those interested.
There's a very big pile of penalties in the midfield, but not much in the back and front.
There's a saying, isn't it? The cream always rises to the top. And Ames on 28 lap old mediums. Dude, how are you keeping that thing on the track is my question, let alone staying competitive. Wow. Gets DRS from a lapped car there. That's been a sterling drive. Absolute sterling drive so far.
Robbie just needs to keep it clean and he will be in 4th place.
And 4th place is good points, isn't it? So, you know, you don't scoff at that. 17-second gap to our race leader, who's come down across the line and taken the checkered flag and crashed. Ames comes across the line into 2nd spot. Let's go back to 3rd. Here comes SGN. Then Werribee. Right behind him, Robbie. Great drive from him too on those 20-lap old mediums. Then we continue further back. Shanuti got around Foxy. So a change of positions there. Valhalla. Let's go back to Xander down through the final turn after a disappointing contact with Wubbsy. Don't know what the cause of that was. And
as we have Wow Wubbsy and Kev the Gardener to wrap it up.
And Kev the Gardener wraps it up. Now, I did hit a replay. Just stand by. I'm going to try something here. As Valhalla, okay, I've stuffed it up. Don't worry about it. Valhalla gets drive of the day. I got to tell you, in all honesty, who's your drive of the day, Hunter?
My driver of the day. It's a hard one.
I'm going to go Ames. I thought that was outstanding. 28 lap old mediums. towards the latter half of the race. Purely outstanding. By the way, if there's an admin in chat, if you could hop into commentary for us, because we'd love to do a couple of interviews with some drivers, but we don't have the admin control. So there it is, Tazza taking another outstanding victory by 17 seconds over Ames, SGN, Robbie, Werribee, Sanuti, Valhalla, Foxy, Kev the Gardener in 9th, GG there, Xander fighting back to be 10th, then 11th, Wubsy, Merck down there in 12th, Salty, Bailey, the first of our retirements. And there is the rest of the list for you. For those that are interested in the race director stuff, you can grab all that as you desire. Hit pause later. The penalties. Look at the warnings. Oh my goodness. We've still got time. And pit stops. Oh well, I tried to get them all there, but not the case. Well. So if we could grab somebody with admin privileges into the commentary, that'd be awesome.
I believe we do have.
Hey, Basink, how are you, dude? He's got his mic switched off. Would love to have a chat with Tazza if we could grab him, and also Ames as well. After that, Tazza, congratulations! Hello. Another outstanding victory, almost 18 seconds. Was it as easy as it looked?
Not really. It's a tricky traction track, that one. It was good for me because I had a bit of pace over everyone, so I could kind of, chill out on the throttle a bit. But there's a lot of traction zones there, so very easy to bin it, as we saw throughout the race. So yeah, but it was fun.
You had to work for it in the opening stages too. Like, the overtaking manoeuvres weren't made easy for you.
No, they weren't. You can make good dive bombs, but it's getting that run out of the traction. I mean, the best zone for dive bombs is into that back hairpin there. But if you get a good run around the outside, you can still get a good run onto that straight. So it's definitely not the easiest thing. But yeah, we got through. I got that 5th place for something.
And Hunter will probably want to ask you a couple of questions, but I just got one more for you. The decision to come in with the last couple of laps for those soft tyres, was that a big call, or were you absolutely flat on your mediums?
Nah, the mediums were at 40%. They entered the race easy. That was just a fastest lap gimmick, just for a bit of fun.
At least you're honest about it.
I knew I had time to... Xander was really the only threat from behind because he pitted to softs and he was 30 seconds back before I pitted. So I just knew I had to get around Werra and Ayrton, and then I could push for fastest lap. So it was fun.
Hunter?
I don't really have many questions. You sort of rounded them all up.
Perfect, mate. Congratulations. A great victory and well done. That was a dominant performance. GG.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Thanks for commentating, guys.
Believe me, it was our pleasure. We had a ball, didn't we, Hunter?
Yes.
No worries. You'll have to get Bassing to move me back to Williams because you guys probably can't.
He's cruising in the background. He's being a little ghost, a phantom for us. Thank you so much for Bassing too. Really appreciate you jumping in and doing that. Yeah, our next guy, I'd love to talk to Ames. I thought that was really an outstanding performance by him.
Sadly, I don't think he is in any challenge.
Shame. Who else? Who would you like to chat to, dude?
Let's have a chat to the two McLarens.
The two McLaren boys. Well, okay. We'll grab the turncoat. The turncoat's here. Hello.
Hello. Am I?
Hello.
Wubsy, hello. Congratulations on your fight back after your teammate and you had a bit of coming together, from what we saw anyway. Talk us through that. First of all, Wubsy, your viewpoint.
Did you say teammate with my crash with my teammate?
We saw a little bit of contact between the two of you.
Oh, through the chicane. No, that was a tap. There was no damage.
No damage there. What happened with you and Xander, though?
I don't know. I guess he doesn't care about chicanes. I don't know.
Oh, okay. We didn't. We just saw the tail end of it. So
I was taken out, and he tried to do it again. That was the second crash.
Okay.
Well, let's review the video before we make
Probably an unfair call by me, Wubsy. So I'll apologise for that. What about you, Werribee?
Fast guy's not backing out.
You were going so well, and penalties really hurt you in that one.
what happened was that Tazza had DRS behind me, and I wanted to kind of like stay in his slipstream and just gain time. But then I went to overtake Ames, and around the outside, my tires were on, I think, 60% grip. So when I went around the outside, I just like slipped. I wasn't even putting a lot of throttle. I think I was on 30% throttle, but then I just spun and then lost position, obviously. That's why I ended up falling back
Do you
down the
remember?
grid.
Do you remember me crying at you last night saying, "Can I pit? Can I pit? I've got no grip."
That is exact. Yeah, I understand now because
Paybacks
the
are a
rear tires
bitch,
were
my friend.
horrible. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I was just surprised at how little grip there was because I made a dive successfully and we were going side by side, but it just at some point just gave up. And I think at the end of the race my tires were on 78%. So it wasn't fun at all.
78%.
Yeah. I kind of had to make it work. It was the only thing I could do because I saw Xander stop, and then as soon as Xander stopped for the softs, Jeff came on and said, "Hey, we're gonna get rain in 10 minutes." So I said, "All right, I'll just
Oh,
stay out till the rain." But then the rain only showed up while I was looking at the race director after the race. So, um, wasn't ideal. I'm kind of happy to take a break from Jeff into the new game, but yeah, that I probably should have stopped when Xander stopped looking back.
Hunter, I'm stuck on that 78. You better ask a couple of questions.
um, so was there any team orders that played into part?
Yes, early in the race there was, purely because I thought at that moment in time I had more pace on the softs. So I thought I could pull us along and attempt to
And more
stay within
ERS.
Taz's DRS, and I had more battery as well. Um, but that was the only team order at the beginning. Everything after that was just whoever's faster overtakes.
Yep.
Yeah,
So what was the starting strat of the race?
the start of the
Drive
race.
fast.
Yeah, I mean we
Well,
were 1-2 at some point. I mean we were fine. That was like
Yeah, at
the
some
greatest
point, but
moment in McLaren history when we were 1-2. And then the safety car happened, pit stops happened, and then everything just went off from there. And I think there were a few incidents as well. We need to review them before making any judgments, but
yep.
yeah.
Speaking of, and I know you're going to belt me up for this, or both of you will probably belt me up for this, but I've got to ask. There was an accusation made in chat when the safety car came out, and there was an accusation made that potentially Werribee might have been slowing down the pack because you were double stacking. Either of you got a comment?
well,
No,
if it was,
that's
it
not
didn't
what
work.
happened. Yeah, if it was, it didn't work because I didn't. I got held up. Like I think I lost 3 positions in the pits. But I think my delta time was different to everyone else's because I was also like I remember asking Wubsy why he was so far ahead and why the guys behind were so close because I don't know. Like there was a point where some cars were disconnected, so maybe there were desync issues with deltas and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, that wasn't like a deliberate attempt to slow anyone down. That was
I don't
just
think it was.
delta.
Guys, well, congratulations on, and I say that to you too, Wubsy, because you were absolutely on fire today until you had that coming together and giving your teammate plenty of curry. So well done to both of you, and thanks for joining us up here in the commentary box after the race.
Yeah, no
Thank you
worries.
for having us.
There they are, the two McLaren boys. SGN. Now, Nornal says that SGN should have been given drive of the day. So we might just have one quick chat with him, Hunter, and that might wrap us up for the interviews, I think.
Yep.
Thank you very much to Bassing too for helping us out. SGN, welcome up into the commentary box. An interesting race for you. Probably not as high up the pecking order as you would hope, but you certainly had plenty of speed out there and drove a scintillating race. GG.
Good day, thank you. Yeah, didn't have the best start that I would have liked to have had with the wing brake altogether in the turn one. But I was lucky enough. There were heaps of safety cars, heaps of virtual safety cars. So it was all right. It was pretty interesting.
What sort of a strategy did you come into in this? I mean, you obviously had plenty of speed, and if you hadn't had those incidents, you would have to think that you would be right up there. Did you feel like you were a podium chance today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, after qualifying, yeah, definitely. After the turn one incident, I was wary on my chances. I did want to just, resolve on a points finish for sure. But there was a couple of spins that obviously, moved me up in the order, and it was a pretty good strategy overall. It worked well.
Hunter.
I thought it was a pretty solid race. You worked your way up the pack, and well done.
Thank you. Yeah, congrats to Tazza and Ames either way as well.
A couple of the people at Nordal in the chat gave you driver of the day too, so well done for that. Congratulations on the points and congratulations on the fight back, because I always believe that a good driver just doesn't win races when they're going well. It's when they have a bad day that they stand up in the crowd, and you certainly did that today, so GG.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Ciao. Tess is, he's got plenty of fans out there. Very, very fast. Well, that's probably going to wrap it up. Thank you, Bassing, for helping us out with those interviews. And Hunter Griffin, I hope you enjoyed the race. Thank you for doing commentary with us tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was a lot of fun doing it.
Certainly a great class. The novice class. I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Now, don't forget, if you'd like to join the series, the Aussie Racing League, if you have Formula One, it'll be F122 now. If those that can download it, including you, Hunter. Come along and check out our Discord. Come along and be a part of it. It is a great group of people that go out and have a lot of fun, and you won't regret it. You absolutely won't regret it. I'm new to the series. I'm just about to complete my first season. It's your first season too, isn't it, HG?
Yes.
How have you found it so far? Be honest, straight down the line.
Good. Just hard.
It is hard. That's the one thing it does jump out, isn't it? How difficult this actually is. Everybody, thank you very much for being along. We hope we stood in for Nordal, who really needed a night off. The team, even though we dragged him in here to help us fix up the technical issues. He's been working very hard, as has all the commentary team. Tomorrow night's going to be a fun night. The racing's going to be absolutely scintillating. We're getting underway at 9 o'clock. Beg your pardon, 8 o'clock. Look forward to catching up with you then. I'll be down in chat giving you all curry. So will Hunter Griffin. Good luck next week, buddy, too, by the way, Hunter.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck to you as well.
I hope you finish right behind me. No, jokes aside. Have a good one, everyone. We'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Bye for now.